Well, hi there, I'm Thom Malone. I'm very much looking forward to the weekend's action from Fairyhouse that once again gets underway nice and early. 11:30, the opening race of the morning, because it's on at 11:30. So thanks to all our sponsors. A 3-year-old maiden hurdle. And Ilmig is a fascinating runner here. Of course, won on the flat at Navan 2 runs back. One of the most famous races of the season on the flat. Why? Because it was the reappearance of Tiger Roll. But he won that day. Anyway, since then he finished second in a hurdle at Punchestown and looks like he could go one better here this afternoon because of those that have actually ran over hurdles before, he looks the least exposed. And like I said, really nice run in that mile 6 maiden as well at Navan, just 2 runs back. Then at noon we got a 2-mile handicap hurdle. It's the Irish Racing Industry fundraiser handicap hurdle there over 2 miles. I kind of like the chances here of the Eddie Coley trained Don't Go Yet. Chris Timmins on board, drops in trip and drops in class. Relatively unexposed, is running some pretty hot maiden hurdles in his life so far, but Don't Go Yet here. Didn't go and backed at Navan the last day, so that suggests that Connections are happy with his mark. And of course, local combination, Eddie Coley trains not too far away at all from Fairyhouse, so I'm sure he'll be looking to have a pint or two in Caffrey's after and celebrate just across the road. Then at noon, got a fascinating runner, the mount of Patrick Mullins, and that's one who hasn't been seen for 730 days. Bucks Billionaire, half-brother to none other than Big Bucks himself, and of course Bucks Boom, the famous stallion as well. But Bucks Billionaire here in this 2-mile 7 maiden hurdle. They visit the IrishRacingYearbook.com maiden hurdle there and fancy Patrick Mullins to oblige on that one. Of course, Patrick, well, he keeps his rides to an absolute premium, so you'd like to think that he will get a winner on board. Bucks Billionaire there looking to make light of the absence at 12:30. At 1:02, we got a Happy Christmas from Fairyhouse handicap hurdle. This one over 2 miles and 7, and for all the action at Down Royal earlier on in the year. Well, one of the most eye-catching contests, or eye-catching wins rather, was that of Raging Cajun. That was off a mark of 87. For that win, he has gone up £13. Unsurprisingly, but had some really decent form in bumpers when he was with Noel Meade. Fell away a little bit, but has obviously been revitalised under Matthew Smith, and Raging Cajun can make it back-to-back wins here at 2:01 in that handicap hurdle. Then at 1:37, it's the Happy Christmas from Fairyhouse handicap hurdle. That's Division 2, and going to take a bit of a punt here and one because not the kind of race that we're going to spend too much time on given the one that will follow it, but kind of like the chances here of a half shot. A previous point-to-point winner by Yates as well, very unexposed over hurdles. Handicapper hasn't taken too many chances given Norman Lee's charge, a mark of 102, but look, second to a pretty decent horse in a point-to-point, St Benedict, who went on to sell for 130 grand at the Tats Cheltenham sale. So look, he has some good form between the flags. He's unexposed over hurdles, by Yates he'll relish every yard of the trip as well, so I like the chances of half shot at 1:37. Then at 12 minutes past 2 rather, it is the feature race of the afternoon, the BoyleSports This Is Betting handicap chase. It features the Cheltenham Festival winner in the shape of Chosen Mate as well. Of course, he won the Grand Annual. You've got Sizing Potsy in as well for the Jessica Harrington yard. He's looked obviously completely revitalised since reverting to fences. And but the one I like here is Daily Tiger, off a mark of 146 for Noel Meade. Owen Walsh on board claims 5. But this fella's got grade 1 entries over Christmas. He's also entered in some nice big handicaps over Christmas as well. Always well thought of, but is again improved for switching to fencing, and I like the chances of Daily Tiger in that feature race of the afternoon. Although of course Chosen Mate does look the class act in the contest, but very much like the chances just off that mark, effectively off a mark of 141 for the Noel Meade trained Daily Tiger. The penultimate race in the card goes to post at 2:47. It's a fascinating Irish Stallion Farms EBF beginners chase. You have the likes of Thatsy and Raya Time in here, both really decent bumper winners themselves, but I really like the chances of Front View, who was also a very, very good bumper horse and a decent hurdler as well. Has finished second to Envoy Alen, finished second to Blue Sari, and Bumpers actually fell in the bumper one day, very unfortunately, at Naas. But Front View has had 2 outings over fences already, and perhaps with a slightly more prominent ride on Saturday could oblige in the JP McManus colours. And we finish out with the bumper 22 minutes past 3, the Irish Stallion Farms EBF INH flat race. Going to keep it simple here with Brandy Love. Patrick Mullins rides, Willie Mullins trains, point-to-point winner from the Colombo team back in the day, and well, exchanged hands for £200,000 earlier on in the year. So I really like the chances of Brandy Love, who will most likely be favourite, was also the likeliest to win our lucky last on what's an exciting day's racing at Fairyhouse on Saturday.